What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas May, and I see you Alphas in the building. For 1 second, can you please just write in the comments, if you please, tell a fellow Alpha why Zam. And of course, we're talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 6, The Price of Fame. This is Keep It 99, where we give you the best reactions, reviews, breakdowns, and recaps. And of course, we gotta talk about this episode. And what we gotta talk about first is what makes me excited. Rock meets Unique at the end of the episode. My boy is eating butter pecan ice cream. Pecan. Which one do y'all say? Y'all say pecan or pecan? Let me know in the comments which one y'all go with. Normally I'm country. Y'all can tell by the accent I'm country. So normally you think it'd be pecan, but I go pecan. Everything else is country, but that's the way I go. And as we saw in the episode, Russo said, keep it from being hot now. You can't just be killing people. Make it a cold war. And right now we are in a cold war between Rock's business because it's hot in the streets for everybody else because we seen what Juke and Kanan and Lou and B-Real and all them got going there. We will talk about that right after this. So remember to like and subscribe. And I see some of you saying you're going to leave before we even get to the good part.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not.
See you in the next 30.
You know, it sounds better when it's playing.
I'ma play with the kid, great play beat.
As we gather ourselves a little bit back, we can get on some other main talking points I want to get into before we break down and recap the whole episode. But this is the initial thing is going to be our reaction. First off, we got to talk about, we already talked about Rock meeting Unique, and we're going to go over a little more because that was crazy. How do you think her reaction was to it? How would you feel if you thought the person you was dating and had a baby with, by the way, we found out in episode 1, was back and you didn't know it? Not only back, my man is dressed to the T. He want all of them. All of them. How would you feel in that situation? Or your girl you thought, and they back, and they a little bit out there, got a little CTE. You know, his CTE done calm down a little bit. His CTE has come down. OC is still alive, thankfully. So his CTE has come down a little bit, but it's still there. Other big talking points on the show. The Marvin and Juke convo was probably the most normal conversation I've ever heard from Jukebox. And it's like after she ended old boy's life with a shot, she has become completely normal. It's strange how normal she is. In the realm of power, she's not normal. We saw in the end of the episode with Freddie's boys, she is not normal in any way. But personality-wise, she is the most normal in this setting of this show she has been. It's actually interesting and compelling. Marvin is fighting for his daughter's soul right now, as he continues to crash out and mess up and just do irrational things to the point he's like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. Sounds like something Lou would say. Except for Lou has a idea of what he's talking about. Marvin just don't understand where he is in the world, which sets up a interesting scenario. Plus, we're going to go over this a lot more when we go over the recap. Shooting a basketball and saying, I got next is fire. That is fire, by the way. Then we have, who is B-Real talking about? That's the other big thing. Who is B-Real talking about? Is he talking about Lou? Because that going to end bad for B-Real if he thinking about Lou. He did tell him in the episode, I want to see what that look like. I want to see what that look like. My boy tapped on his shoulder. No, you don't. Or is it Lowell? He called him a sucker. I don't think he thinks Lou a sucker. You know, Lou did let him stay with him. He knows the surrounding areas of Lou. He knows Lou's weakness, and if he drunk, I don't know if this is the right time to mess with Lou. Maybe a week ago, because Lou will crash out right now. So I don't know if it's Lou, or Lowell, who's just trying to get them to know each other, which could lead back. Either way, can we agree? Be real or not being here next season. He not. That's it. That's it. It's over with for my boy. Be real. The other big thing I want to talk about. The mom is really putting them in uncomfortable situations. It's like down. It's uncomfortable. Even to the point she even has to acknowledge, which she didn't do with Marvin, by the way. Marvin, sorry. Marvin, sorry. I'm like, oh my God, mom, chill. Even though I get the sentiment. I understand her. I understand her want. Listen, she don't want to go through this pain no more. Nobody told her the pain of dying is horrible. Lou, I didn't want to ask you because you a little sensitive. I didn't want to ask Rock because she too hard and she's so hard that she'll go the opposite way. I'm not doing it. I'm not giving you the satisfaction of doing it. So she had to ask Marvin because but he can't do it because it's his mom. And Lou gave us a real sensitive, sincere answer that she can argue. I'm not worried about what it do to you. I'm worried about what it do to me. Well, then she had to acknowledge, right? Which I don't know if we're going to continue to get her asking her children to end her life. But that is something I want to go over. By the way, hit that like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're about to get into our recap of everything going on in the episode. So make sure if you're enjoying the content, like, subscribe, hit all that notification bell every Friday. I don't know if it'll be this early. And let me know if you want me to go live so you can be there. If you want to go Friday nights live, let me know. Because if we do, we will go live instead of do video format. Because video format usually do better with the algorithm. But for y'all, I will go live for y'all. If you'll be there Friday night, give me a time. Let me know if enough people said we will be live next week. If you like this and just want to come in the comments, that's fine too. We'll just keep doing it this way. But we start the show with at the reception for Famous. And I noticed, the one thing I noticed, everybody got a certain look that made this episode feel like power. Lou had that look in his eyes, like season 1. And Jess back. It felt like we got everything about Lou back. I feel like we got everything about Lou back. This is the Lou. Through all he been through, he somehow gets back to that season 1 that shot the young man, kids in high school. He ended his life because Rock told him to. And we back to it. We see Unique talking to the Italians, but they're a little hesitant as the kid brother Russo wants revenge for his brother Sal, but realizes messing with Stefano is a sentence. You know what I'm saying? It is. But he can soften him up, and maybe it's Stefano's own people will do it for him. Maybe they'll feel like he a snitch or something, talking to the police. But he sends him to Akbar in Stratton, and he have everything Unique needs to set up his soldiers, his team, and everything. As he realizes, listen, I want revenge. You got everything we need. I like your moxie. As he said, I'm past planning. I'm doing right now. So he's going to. Next up, we see David is now taking up his brother's business since Terry was ended by Marvin. David is the most off man I have ever seen. This man is out here doing all kind of, well, we know what drug he's doing. He was storing it while they was there. And he is on there as Marvin continues to crash out and threaten him, but he's so far under it, he just giggled. Like, Marvin is dead. Marvin just ended your brother, and you're giggling. As he knew Marvin. He knew they did it. But he don't care. He don't drug. You can't talk to him. Which leads to Rock blaming and arguing with Marvin that his crashing out led to them having David, which now she gives the responsibility to Marvin to handle David. Because you the one who did Terry, and you know what it is. By the way, we cut to the scene with Kanan, in which Kanan looks infinitely frightening. He's doing that little deep, scary voice. Oh dear, you messing with me? I thought we said we didn't have no more. Oh, you were lying? But he's so like caught up in this because OC is basically leaking that he got more stuff and he's screwing over him. And Kanan is so distraught. Normally he on his game and will figure out OC because OC is doing for Unique right now that he would figure it out. But Kanan is so like dead set on fame, he doesn't even see it. That OC is literally snitching. And Juke doing the same thing. She sees Famous picture. She gets the gun from under the couch, her dad's gun, and goes to a firing practice looking like Mission Impossible Tom Cruise out here. And we go back to see the police pushing Famous mom to help with the case. Detective Garcia, who early in the season didn't want to help, all of a sudden wants to help. And the mother thankfully acknowledged that. When I was looking for my son when he was possibly alive, you didn't help me at all. And now you want me to help you after, and you want to like question if I'm doing a certain thing right? Then had the nerve, had the audacity to say, your son did bad things and you can do a good thing. What? She hit, shout out to her. She handled that back, you know what I'm saying? She handled that back on him. We see Kanan go get his money. OC is watching. He finna get robbed. OC, Kanan gonna figure out OC probably not. Be Real and OC, my two people that going. You know, it's always got to be like what threes in this show in this series. OC, I don't know. OC might be saved for next year, but it's another character who got some flags of him. One about two. Be Real, I don't think Be Real can. If he gonna have to lose specifically, I don't think he can make it up. Or we'll talk about that in a minute. But we see, like I said, Lou meets with his mom, as we talked about earlier. She called him fragile, sensitive. We already talked about that a little bit, but I'm like, how would you feel if your mom just called you sensitive to do what you got to be done? I'm like, no wonder your kids end up like this. No wonder daddy's like a runaway musician who just does what he wants. His mom is like, you sensitive. Marvin's always sorry. I'm like, I see why they got a negative look on you. You looking for forgiveness. This ain't how you do it. I know she's suffering, and ain't nobody wants to suffer, but man, Lou still had that look in there while he talked to her. Though. He still does. The little squad, OC and the squad gives Kanan a name. They're Freddy boys. Freddy boy. They said they saw him pick him up. That's what the street saying. You know, Famous is they saying Famous caught the body on Freddy. You remember Freddy early in the series? Yeah, they say Famous caught the body on him, so they went and got him back. Now, if you know Freddy's team, they are not like that. So this gave like an interesting scenario. I'm like, oh, did they become like when Freddy went away? Did they become like that? Like that? You know, did they become like that? That's a great callback, by the way. And then of course we had the scene when B Real making awful music and Lou was like, I ain't feeling this metaphor simile. And then he started getting a little antsy because he need money right away because his girl tripping over diapers and she needs some money and that he a deadbeat dad if he don't give her diapers. Like he kind of deadbeat even if he did give you money because he stay in jail. But Lou did give him a little foreshadowing. You don't want to see that, which leads me to believe he's one of the two that's gonna not be here. But it's a possibility of something else, which I want to talk about later. Stefano and Rock meets with Hafiz. I hope I said his name. And apparently Unique went to a bar and got some soldiers that he need. By the way, that Rock and Hafiz meet up. Stefano and them pressed him and got the deal done. Yo, Rock is one of the best deal makers on any power show. Besides maybe Ghost. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Name in the comments. Do y'all know who would be better at making deals than Rock? Because Rock kills the when she get in a room with somebody, she jutsu no talk to gets them every time. You know what I mean? Then we get to the interesting conversation we were talking about earlier. Marvin's having to talk with Juke about him losing the gun. You know how you be in your spot and you just try to get comfortable, but you know something missing because somebody touched something. For Marvin, of course, he'll crash out. It's his gun, of course. Juke and missing everything with her messed up because of the situation with everything, fame, the army, leaving, figuring out, opening up about her sexuality and all that things. It's all like wrapping up at the same time. Marvin said, see, I told you when you shot him, all that stuff gonna come up. That what happened. She like, that's what happened to you. Marvin like, we ain't talking about me right now. Don't be like me. I'm a bad person. He basically hit her with, I'm a bad person. I'm not a good person. And when Juke responds, I am you. Somewhat of you. And then she said, everything I do is wrong. And which led to the whole conversation of confusion and him not knowing what he's talking about. Then he just demands the gun because he's not good with conversations. He said he's only good for one thing, and we know what that is. Taking Rock's orders. So well, Rock had to be in charge. Even though he's the oldest brother. Rock had to be in charge. Because the baby brother is always a little sensitive. Mama ain't lying. Rock hard. As she said, Rock is hard. So she can lead. And Marvin, he just good for what Marvin's doing. That's why she asked Marvin first, right? Mom asked Marvin first because he's good for one thing. And he don't want Juke to be like that. Which I don't know how much that is. Hopefully this is a realization for Marvin, though. It can be some great character development from Marvin right here. Marvin could I like this is one thing I do like raising Kanan. Everybody get like flags, which I think their flags is half a Lou, but I don't know if it's for Lou or what Lou's gonna do. Is Lou gonna turn fully back into season one, Lou? Because if so, Be Realer gone. Be Realer is gone this season. We don't have to talk about Be Realer no more. Be Realer is irrelevant this season. Just want y'all to know that. We don't have to talk about that. Of course, Kanan comes up, asks Lou, you ready? You said you oh yeah, she's already there with the gun. She's running from being herself. I forgot about that line. I did write that down. I wanted to say that, so I wrote that boldly, and I got confused. I put it on the second line, but Juke said that she's already there. Like there's no like stopping where I'm at, right? And she's been running from herself the entire time, which I thought was a fantastic line, by the way. Like that's why I feel like she's more normal now. If you know my co-host Unico, shout out to him. Hope if we do live, he will be back. And we probably do a show anyway to come back to. Just talk about random shows we saw all week. But he talked about how she looked off throughout the series. I don't know how y'all felt about that. Y'all let me know. Did she feel off during the season? But now she seemed normal. And that's something that is happening through her throughout this season. And I do want to know that. Do you feel like she's been running from herself and now she's herself again? That's interesting. Lou is still struggling with famous. So he's struggling with the music. He's like, he don't know if music sounds good, bad. He just wants to find out who did what to his little homie and take care of it because that's the only thing he knows that will make him feel better. And Jess is, of course, there, stopping him from crashing out, also stopping him from drinking, as we saw earlier in this episode. And she gives him some to make him calm down, which I always thought was, is it so, are men so easy? Are we so easy? Men, let's talk to me. Women, y'all can answer too, but men, are we so easy that like we be struggling with just give it up? If a girl give it up to us, a woman give it up to us real quick, then we just like relieve stress and we don't think about it no more. Are we that simple? I thought about an episode because I'm like, that would make me feel better. Now I'm like, am I easy? Am I simple like that? Am I easy like that? So men, are we easy? Women, are we easy like that? Is it like that simple? Just to I know something you can make me feel good. I can make you feel better. You ain't got to go through this no more. My man just sitting in his chair the whole time. Got to deal with Iman who runs in and finds the earrings. She obviously ain't doing it for him. You know what I'm saying? Jess always do it for him, but having Jesse still got that cold, dead look in his eye. At least with Iman, he was like a human somewhat. A sad human, but a human who was figuring out what he wanted in life. So he was kind of not as sad anymore. That's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So that is one thing I talk about. Kanan runs up to the door of Marvin's house, asks Juke if she ready. She goes get the gun. They are having the moment we always been looking for. They're about to go take care of Freddie and them team. But before that, early, we have to have our early scene because early gonna be important. Is he gonna join Unique or is he gonna stay with Marvin? Which is gonna be a big thing in this season. So I can't just skip over that. But early saying his margins are getting messed up between Marvin and Stefano now handling this business outside where he had to go find somebody who always said it, and then his margins getting messed up. He can't handle his business. So I'm leaning toward right now. He might be leaning toward Unique. which is going to set this season up for who wins at the end. Which we don't know who wins between Rock and Unique in this show, but Kanan wins in the end. Maybe. I think, yeah, Kanan will have to win. But we don't know what that means for anybody. You know what I mean? And is that overconfidence on Rock's side? Because I had to think for a minute. Everybody seemed confident that everybody's just going to do their job when stuff keep messing up. And they don't even like ask why. Why is this happening? Why are people betraying me? No one asked why. Which I think could overcome be interesting. And to me, and we get to the scene, of course, what I said, Iman, and the scene with Jess's earrings. Is it me or B-Roll music just sucks at the moment? Like the song he listened to at the beginning was kind of hard, but then the rest of it sucked. And is it meant to suck? Because I don't know. Juke, then we go back to the scene we want to talk about where Juke and Kanan is together. And they are literally discussing how to location themselves, set up, and do everything they need to do to make sure they handle these boys, the Freddy boys out there. They have to handle them. They have to go take care of business. And Kanan is shot like cold-hearted. Juke, what's going on? Did the army do this to you? Kanan seeing what we all see. Juke is becoming like really, really dangerous. She acting like the police out there. Did y'all see? She acting like the police and not the good police, the dirty cops. She out there got dudes crying and peeing on themselves, laughing all uncontrollably. Bro, she put the pistol next to the dude's ear and shot next to his ear. Do you know what that does? A gunshot next to your ear is insane. And she's shooting him in a basketball court. What if a car's driving through? Juke is unhinged right now. Kanan even looks concerned. They ask him where did they find information? Do they know? And they said the dirty cops got famous. And they said where did they get this information from? The barbershop. And they get a location. And she asks what corner and everything, get the information from her. Kanan has to convince her not to do anything. She's a crash out just like her dad. You know what I'm saying? She is. Bro, she literally rubbed a gun. She said, we're coming. If you not telling you, we're coming for your family, and then we come for you. The man got like acne on his face. She rubbing the gun on his acne bumps. That is nasty work. She's unhinged. She might be more unhinged than her father. She might have a little bit of her mama in her. Her mama got a little crazy cult like where she just commits to like craziness no matter what. We go and we see B Rilla looking for Kenyatta. Kenyatta's a Pan-African old head with books who talk a certain way, but he kind of like he got the drop, so he dangerous. He got a whole like aesthetic change to make sure he don't get caught. I own a bookstore. I'm a good guy. I'm just a normal citizen. He probably dangerous. And then which leads to our question we asked at the beginning, of course, is B really trying to sit up Luell? It's gotta be one of them two, right? It ain't. Because who else on it? Who else? I'm thinking, as I thought, Lou ain't been on his game lately, so he might think he can try him because he been like a little emotional. But if he do, it might not. With Kenyatta might have a short stint in this series. Let's just say it like that. We still following Lou, and Lou is with Jess and her mother. They saying they gonna leave LA. My man said he can't leave his birthplace. This is where he belong. He can't leave here. Just say you don't know, man. You go out there, you think you can't leave, you go to California. Life is better. Life is better. The way people did in Mississippi go to Chicago. And then people from like those areas go to California. And then people in California go to Texas. And then people in New York go to Florida. And then people from Florida go to, all that weird stuff. It's a lot of death flags around Lou. I do want to say that. And then, of course, we got to the part where Rock ends the show with Rock going in, seeing, as 50 Cent says in his voice, older Kanan. You see somebody you thought was dead. How do you handle it? Which I want to ask you, how do you handle that situation? We asked him at the beginning, how do you handle it? Who do you think will pass away in this series? Who has the death flags on them right now? This is some question I want to ask before we get here. Who do you think have the death flags? Who has all the other stuff going on for them right now? Because it's a lot. What do you think? Who do you think Be Real is going for, Lowell or Lou? And how is it going to end for Be? Kenyatta ain't going to have a long stand this year. But Be Real? Be Real might be messing up his only shot to get out. And plus, he might be messing up his whole life. Which, if he does go after Lou and Lou ends him, what did that put Lowell with Lou? Lou whole music dream is up. My man is already going through it. Is he going back to drinking? And when he become, is he going to be a killer? Or is he just going to go back to before the drinking and just be straight up cold-eyed Lou? Y'all let me know in the comments. Again, I can subscribe. I am Zelmay. This is Book Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 6, The Price of Fame, by Keeping 99 Reactions, Reviews, Breakdowns, and Recaps with spoilers, of course. Let us know if you want the Power episodes to be live. We have shows Tuesday in which we do Daredevil. Also, on Fridays will also be sometimes it might be Saturday, will be, of course, Power and Happy Face. Happy Face came out earlier today, so go watch that if you watch Happy Face. And then, of course, like I said, Daredevil on Tuesdays, Mobland on Sunday. So that's the schedule for now. We will have Sinners coming out on the 18th. I think we will do a review on. So that show will have a review out coming soon too. I'm looking forward to that. A bunch of things coming on the channel. I'm looking forward to it. Like and subscribe so you stay with us. And I know y'all have a question that needs to be answered. I appreciate y'all for watching the show. Hope it ain't too long. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, if you did, like and subscribe. I'm out.